This is an amazing experience for everyone because you know, I've been playing percussion for more than 30 years and I haven't been to the place, you know, and I've studied with a lot of Cubans and Puerto Ricans and in New York and San Francisco, but Cuba is one of those places that you have to come.
Firstly, just the people I found incredibly nice. Everyone off the street is willing to talk to you, most of the time trying to sell you something, but other times just trying to be good people and helping you out a lot.
I really liked the way that the people still used the buildings in the fashion that they were first made to be in.
Cars are amazing. They're a lot more modern cars than I would have expected, but the old ones look incredible.
The people are really, really lovely. There's a real sense of connection between the people and the music and the dance.
Well, certainly the fact that there's music all around everywhere you go and of a very high calibre.
The bands that play at restaurants, in the foyers of the hotel, they're at the level of the top restaurant bands back in Melbourne, and they're playing for tips. You can't stand somewhere during dinner time or lunchtime and not hear music.
Pelladito is a very important figure in Afro-Cuban drumming. He's a folk musician who is a master drummer who has spent all his life promoting and developing this beautiful art.
All the workshops we've been doing with Paya have been amazing. Just working on all the stuff from the congas to the shekere and the bata drums. Learning all the different rhythms has been great and he's been a fantastic teacher.
He's considered to be royalty amongst the musicians of Cuba, and we've been very lucky to be able to study under him. We've been taught orally and we've had to rely on listening to rhythms and watching how they're played rather than just simply reading a bit of notation and there's the rhythm there. We have to actually transcribe what Pelladito was playing.
There's a great level of patience in our teacher, and we've learned a lot about the history of the music, the history of the drumming styles, the different areas and the different rhythms that come from the different areas, the names of the drums, the religion that's associated with music. Music and spirituality are very closely related.
We can communicate through the rhythms and through the actual music. So even though we can't speak the same language, we get a lot out of the classes because of the language we do have in common, which is music.
We had a piano class with Emilio Morales, and I particularly found that fantastic. To see his comping styles and the fact that he brings both his traditional Cuban music and more contemporary jazz styles and fuses them.
Ana teaching Afro-Cuban cantos or jazz.
We sang the songs that went with the music we've been learning with Paya, and like the traditional ones to do with the religion, the Santa Maria religion.
And Atelier is a percussionist who has been playing with Buena Vista Social Club.
Such a classic Cuban band, and we went into his house and did a lot of work with him in there.
The first weekend here I think was one of the funnest weekends of my life.
We went to Patio de la Rumba and we walked in and we were with our teacher Pertout, and I mean he's like, you know, Cuban royalty there, and we were able to get front row seats to this amazing dance.
And it was just incredible to see how the whole culture comes together at those concerts, like the music and then the dancing that goes with it and the songs and the singing.
And it's like a religion for them. They go each week and they all come as a community and have a big dance, and they all have so much respect for each other as well.
I really liked the way that dance and music were connected and how you couldn't have one without the other.
I didn't think I could get so much out of the trip, and I'd never thought that I'd find it such a challenge and such a joy at the same time. Going back home, nearly everywhere I approach my study is going to change.
It's extremely important to go to the country of origin, speak the language, you eat the food, you smell what there is to smell, and you learn the music from the people who have made it.
It's a very critical part of an education to see a certain type of music in its practical sense, how all of the tools that you learn, how that's practically applied.
It's an amazing experience. It's second to none, because as good as the teaching we can get back in Australia is, there are some things which are so culturally bound to one specific place, to one specific country, that you need to go there to get this specific experience and the in-depth experience from the people who have lived that culture and that music.
You see the commercially produced music from Cuba, and just being here is so different to that.
Extremely uplifting, exciting, energetic, powerful.